Hi, my name is Merijn. My mother tongue is Dutch, and I'm both a student and a coordinator at the University of Helsinki Language Center. If you're learning a language, you often do this with a study book, with your teacher, or maybe with an app like Duolingo. While this is of course good already, it can also be a lot of fun to learn languages with help of a native peer, a native speaker. This person can be anyone. It can be, for example, someone you met on holiday or someone living in your village or city. Learning a language with a native speaker has many advantages. It can bring you extra motivation to learn the language, and it makes that you can learn about the culture of your language. It makes learning a language a bit more real, a bit more livelier. Doing this is especially important when you don't use the language often. If you use it, for example, once a year on holiday, talking to a native regularly can really help you to improve. The great thing about talking to a native speaker is that you can practice your speaking, which is hard to practice, for example, if you're in a large language class. The native speaker can help you to pronounce words correctly, and it can show you how to make difficult sounds. They can also tell you words that you might not find in your textbook, such as slang, which they can teach you. At first, it might feel a bit intimidating to speak because you don't speak the language as well as the native speaker does, but this doesn't really matter. It is already very impressive that you managed to speak in a language that is not your native language and that you didn't grow up with. It's also, of course, good that you make an effort to get to know the other person better through their language. I'm sure everyone you speak to will appreciate the effort you make. You don't need to know the language you learn very well. Just use what you know, that's enough, and you will be amazed of how much you know already. If you are a native speaker helping others, I would recommend you to try to speak clearly and don't rush too much. Of course, a pun is fun, but it is also complicated. So try to not make your language too complicated. It's also good to not correct every sentence of the other, but instead you could repeat the sentence and say it in the correct way. And of course, also enjoy yourself sharing your language with others. You might even learn something about your own language that you didn't know before. So, to put it in 2 sentences, shortly, I would really recommend you to practice the language you want to learn with a native speaker. It is fun, it is challenging, and it makes you speak even better.